and then I'll be hopefully seeing you blowing my head clear off my shoulders in September, supporting the other half of Wormrot.
Exactly right. Yeah, man. That's going to be fun. That one, like, pretty excited for that one.
So it's not often that, as a band, you essentially get to play two shows with, both halves of the band. But that appears to be what's happened with Wormrot. Like, what was your reaction when you heard that they had originally fragmented after the release of Hiss?
Well, it was kind of like a funny thing for me to like, because I've actually spoken with that vocalist before and his partner as well, and before they came over here with Obituary for their first time, there was that concept of Ungrateful Dead Promotions working with Wormrot. So it's funny how that worked out, and even though as good as the vocalist was, the old mate for Implore, he was
Yeah,
sick.
Gabriel, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing the original lineup.
Yeah, well, me too, because Hiss grabbed me by the. So I knew of Wormrot, and the album. I think Voices. I think it is from 2016. I may have the album title wrong, but so obviously knew of them, and then saw this one random night the video for Behind Closed. Was it Behind Closed Doors of Hiss, and it's
Yeah,
literally just a
yeah,
minute and a half, and I fell in love. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? So I'm really happy that I finally, get to see him live.
yeah. They were fantastic last time, and I'm looking forward to seeing them with the RF on vocals there, if I say that correctly. Um, Fantastic vocalist. Their music's sick, and he's also a great artist. He's done some really cool artwork and stuff, obviously for Wormrot too. But
Yeah.
yeah, pretty excited on that.
So what was Barney like? What was Napalm?
Barney was sick. He was because like we tried to give those guys like their space and that, and not be you know too fanboyish. You got to let you guys have their rest and that. They've just flying all the way over to Australia. But yeah, from the quick conversations I had with him, he was cool. Same with Shane Embry, like they were really cool. And Barney did watch us, like at the very least, watched us do a sound check and seemed to
Oh,
be into it, and that's pretty cool.
oh man, that's awesome. And Shane is one of those people where if I see his name attached to any project, I will check that shit out. Like it's like, holy fuck, Shane Embry, are you kidding? Yeah.
He's a machine. Like for his age, I've seen him play three sets of Napalm, Brew Harrier, and Lock Up on the same night. Like it was fucking insane.
Uh, oh man. Now, you recently played a show with one of my old friends, the sword swallowing, tennis racket penetrating Samora Squid. How did that go?
Was a very interesting show. Like we took it on last minute. It was sort of like a bit of an experiment. It was a lot of fun. Like we just got up, we played some grind, and then we watched Samora fit himself through a tennis racket and deep throat a sword, show off his skills. Yeah, like it was. We had a lot of fun with the guy. We were real gutted down because he was filling in for Onanizer from Czechoslovakia in
Yeah, yeah,
specific
yeah.
terms, being that half the band's Czech and half Slovakian. He was meant to be their touring vocalist, and Cyclone
Yeah,
Arthur fucked that up.
I was going to be able to see them for the first time in ages. I was really pissed off. Everyone that Cyclone pissed off everyone. Pissed off Death fans and pissed off Green Day fans and all that for fucking nothing. It was rubbish. Cyclone. Alfred, you're in the bin. Shit,
The
Cyclone.
shows could have happened. Like
What happened?
all could think, like looking at it, could have happened.
Yeah. Ah,
But safety first, I guess.
I
Unfortunately,
know.
is just how it is.
So, mate, what first drew you to this ridiculous genre that we love called grindcore?
Well, I just started getting into heavier music because as a kid, like I was a bit of an aspie kid who was a bit of a loner, and I just watching Dragon Ball Z. They had like all the new metal and alt rock and all that stuff playing, and so it just went from there and just got heavier, and then death metal just became the thing, and then because death metal and grindcore rubbed shoulders together, I just started getting into grind as well, and yeah, like after playing in so many bands and that, I've always wanted to be a grindcore vocalist, and got that. That's how Awful Noises started, was because I just decided I wanted to be a obnoxious grind vocalist, and then now I'm playing bass as well, so I'm an obnoxious grind vocalist and bassist.
Oh, I love it. Get your murder face on, mate. I love it.
Yeah,
So what do you think?
murderer face or climax face? Same.
So, as someone who's you've been kicking around, have you been kicking around the Brisbane scene pretty much your whole time, or have you been in other scenes in other cities?
So I grew up in Coffs Harbour. So it was starting off with that kind of scene, like there's a lot of like, the all ages scene that was happening during the MySpace days. So a lot of like Parkway, Prom Queen worship, like the more metalcore and deathcore that was becoming a thing then. My first band was a deathcore band. It wasn't like, at the time I was a bit of a true metalhead type dude, and I kind of wanted to see, Cannibal Corpse and Deicide worship bands coming up, but now looking back at it, like I think it was actually a really cool scene. And, I mean, one band that is really underrated from Coffs Harbour that people still would like to see music or CDs from or vinyl from is Swimming with Sharks. Those guys are still they're still like remembered and loved, and even now there's a scene happening in Coffs, and I try to help the scene from Brisbane just because it's my old stomping grounds. Like I was going down there to visit my mum. She's passed, so I now use Coffs as just like, it's a good place to go to for memories, to see old friends and family, and I still want to see a scene there.
Hmm, absolutely. So, I mean, the what do you think the Brisbane scene? What do you wish it had more of?
Great question. Because I mean, hey, like I'd say grind bands, but no, like well, Awful Noise are enjoying being the
Yeah,
only band
fuck
that
those
can
guys.
like, yeah, exactly right. We want all the supports for Napalm Death and for Pig Destroyer. We don't want any competition.
Ah,
Um, I'd love to see. I've always wanted to get like a show going that's either like on a venue that's on a beach scenario where you can have metalheads moshing in like beach attire. Like I
yeah.
would fucking kill for like a venue on the Gold Coast. So like, that instead of electro music or, your current pop music, you can fucking put on some nasty gore grind shit and everyone will fucking polka dance on the beach. Like I would fucking kill to have something like that happen. That's what I want in
100%.
Brisbane.
All right, so that's what we want more of. What do you wish the Brisbane scene had less of?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna come out and clean the site because it's been something that's popped up is any scumbags that abuse women, children,
Hmm.
men as well, like, because, domestic
Yeah,
abuse affects all creeds and all that, and I don't think anyone should ever make excuses for that shit.
yeah.
I won't say who, just to
I know
because
who
it can
you're talking
affect
about.
certain people,
Yeah,
but we've all heard shit going on, and like, my personal stance on that is that I will not tolerate that shit.
yeah, yeah. And
So, yeah.
it is remarkable just how much bullshit and drama there is. I'm sure
Yes.
every local scene is the same, but my God, Brisbane.
It's like the whole she said, she said things bullshit. I mean, that's why I wrote that song for Awful Noise, Scene Queen Regime, because I just got sick of that. The gossip column shit going on, like obviously, yes, everyone's going to say something about someone. We all have that joke on someone that you've been in a band with or someone that
Yeah.
you have fallen out with. And obviously, I think in the end, everyone will talk a bit of shit. Let's all be honest, but like there is just that whole like being like a TMZ of the local metal scene, and I don't welcome that. I don't think
Mm,
it's not a good thing to go around spreading rumors and shit like that. Like it comes down to like things like what people are doing. As long as it's not hurting someone else, it's their own business. You don't need to go fly. We're not in high school anymore. Like, stop
yeah.
acting like we're in high school.
And the best part is all of this bullshit and all of these enemies being made and all of this is for the Brisbane scene. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not some world beat. You're not doing international tours. These bands, who we will not name, but we know exactly who the fuck they are these tiny little things.
It, yeah, it's just like that small town kind of vibe, like and they just think that by doing that it puts them up, but when you act that way, all it does is put you down. Like, it's something I just try not to have any part of. And if someone is going to come up and gossip to me, I know to keep them at arm's length, because if they're talking shit about people to you, they're probably talking shit about you to other people.
Not probably, they are. Like,
Mm.
that's guaranteed.
I was being a bit naive in that statement.
No, you're being polite, and that's fine. But
Yeah,
um,
yeah, it's a good way to put it. But yeah,
now
fuck that shit.
let's spread some more rumors. I heard rumors that I've just made up right now, that the only reason you're getting all these great support slots is because your guitarist is so handsome. What are the upsides and downsides of having a hot guitarist?
Well, you're clearly talking about Ali and not Chris there.
Yeah, come on now. He tried to undo it with his unicorn napalm death shirt. I'm not buying it, dude. Motherfucker still look like Fabio.
Well, that's why we all call him the Turkish delight. He's drawing them all in.
Of course, he's Turkish. Yeah, right. All the people I worked with before the army in Melbourne were Turkish Muslims, so I know the type very well. And as soon as you said Turkish, I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
Yep.
Does he love his mum?
Good old
Does he
Ali.
love food? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have our talks about food. We're all. I'm surprised I'm not overweight. I'm surprised we're not all overweight. We're always getting food after practice. More food than practice.
Yes, they love their food, they love their cousins, and they love their mum. Never, ever, ever call a Turkish man a motherfucker. First rule of bouncing.
It's a bit close to home.
It is. It's just never a good idea. So, mate, you guys released A Peaceful Death with Pretty Flowers in 2023. What plans do you have to follow it up?
We, right as of now, our drummer Marco is mastering our new single, Mr. Type A Personality.
Oh, is that the name?
Yeah, Mr. Type A Personality.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a bit of the Sopranos, and this song, it's like every band will go, this is going to be better, but this song's we're really excited to put it out there. We're just just going through and listening to it, making sure it all sounds as good as possible. Marco's recorded everything himself from the home studio. He's mixing it, mastering it himself. So it's a very DIY thing. Like, the album was recorded with Adam Merker with Studio Anders Diebers, and that was, a professional studio. It was a great recording. But just because, kind of, this day and age, it just makes sense. And Marco himself is actually a trained studio engineer. Yes, and I can say that he's doing a fantastic job.
Nice. One of the and I think I referenced this online somewhere. The track of yours that I love samples and grind, and one of my favorite moments of seeing you with Napalm for the first time was authorized by the Australian government camera, and it made me think, what is some of your favorite samples in grind?
Well, first of all, I was shocked that I've not found a song or any grind band use that before. I was kind of like, how have I not heard that? Yeah. It's so perfect for that skeptical of the Australian government song, the government. And samples, look, because the issue with a good sample is if it's that good, it's going to get used 50 bloody million times, like everyone, the Dawn of the Dead sample that Mortician used has been overdone.
An air raid
It always
siren.
comes down to it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Let's do an air raid siren, or let's do the sound of someone flatlining on a heart machine. No death metal band has ever used that ever.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. There's so many like movie samples you watch, and you're just like, that is fantastic. It's got to fit, but like I mean, hey, who doesn't love the I think it was Porky's that Blood Duster used of the yeah, what flavor was it? Cock or something like
Big
that?
juicy cock.
That's it. Yeah, that's a classic one. I mean, Blood Duster kill it with the samples.
There was another
You know,
on that
it's
album.
been clever with it too.
There was another one on that album from it was from this terrible movie called PC University, and you just hearing this woman lecturing them. It's like you dumped 400 pounds of meat product on a vegan barbecue. Oh, come on, that was way more than 400 pounds. Brr.
I think I know which one you're talking about because I like me. If you got me on Facebook, you see I'm always buying and sharing photos of the Australasian metal scene CDs I buy because I try to support the Australian scene. I like Australian metal and grind and punk and all that, so got to support it. And the boys pick some tasty samples.
I like it. Yeah, I would you want Blood Duster to have a go at making new stuff? Would you want them to even tour?
Yeah, why not? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, hey, those guys are always killer live. The one rule with them ever coming back or doing full touring is I've seen them play the Hi-Fi in Brisbane when it was still active, and that was not the venue for them. You need to get them at a bar stage or like
Yeah.
a
No
next to
barrier.
the bar crowd. You can jump on stage because that's Blood Duster. Is it's chaotic grind and roll nonsense, and it's fucking fantastic live. And I'm glad that they're still doing like they're making a bit of a comeback now. Hopefully that means something, you know. Hopefully it's not just a
Oh,
one-off thing.
it'd be nice for a tour because I love it. Blacken looks amazing, but it would be around. It was going to cost me about 6 grand just to get there, and I'm like, I,
Yeah, it's like I've always wanted to go there. Yeah,
yeah,
I've like because I go back with some of the dudes from that scene as well. Like Miasma, I used to book a lot of their Queensland shows a few years back and was always keen to check out the Alice Springs scene or even the Darwin scene because I know some people there. But yeah, life, unless I win the lotto, you can't just go throwing that money around.
mate, this has been awesome. Thank you very much for your time today, mate. Enjoy the show. So I won't be back in town until Sunday, but so all the best with the show this weekend. And I dare say, unless I run into you at a gig sooner, I will be seeing you at the Tivoli, whichever, for Pig Destroyer and Wormrot. So yeah,
Yeah, it's Triffid. That'll be
Triffid,
September 9. And yeah, man, we'll hopefully catch up before then. I try to go out to local gigs. Be
yeah,
good to catch up in person.
easy, mate. All right, mate. Be good.
Cheers,
Talk to
brother.
you soon, mate.